watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Since 1995, works of GHS-TV students was highly recognized by the National Academy of Television Arts and Science. Over these years, GHS students won over 50 regional and 4 national student production awards. This year, we on the front line again. Here's the presentation of the 18th Regional Mid-South Students Production Award ceremonies. And here are our winners.
The Nashville Mid-South chapter of the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences welcomes you to the 18th Annual Mid-South Student Awards. The sports winner is Red Devil Postgame.
Welcome to Red Devil Postgame. I'm your moderator, Akila Suggs.
A very cool fact for our friends at Germantown High and those who work on the Red Devil Postgame show. They have won this category in the Nashville Mid-South chapter for at least the last 3 years. For the last 3 years, they have gone on to win a regional award. For the last 2, they have been national winners. How cool is that? Congratulations to all of you at Germantown High, and especially those of you who work on the Red Devil Postgame show.
Earlier this week, I had the pleasure of sitting down with Terence Patterson, a former Red Devil quarterback and an outstanding college athlete who is making the Memphis community a better place. Well, Mr. Patterson, thank you very much for being here, and welcome to the Red Devil Postgame. We all know that you were not only a successful football player, but also a very good student. I guess what we all want to know is, how did you manage a 4.0 GPA while also being a star athlete?
You know, it took a lot of balance, a lot of preparation, a lot of late nights, and focus. I mean, for me, you know, it was always academics first and then a focus on my athletic career. And so it really took just a lot of organization and preparation. But I think the biggest thing, if I had to look back, it was probably the organization, making sure I knew where I was supposed to be, but also where I was supposed to be when I was where I was supposed to be studying as well. So it was really probably organization and preparation.
Well, you went on to play at Harvard. What stood out to you that other colleges didn't?
Yeah, you know, the opportunity to go to one of the best colleges in the world, irrespective of, you know, my athletic career at the time, I really was thinking, and I was fortunate to have mentors and family around me to give me some foresight, because at age 18, I didn't have this in mind, but the opportunity to go to a place that would position you to do whatever you wanted to do and open up doors and possibilities, that was really what Harvard had to offer that I felt like I couldn't necessarily get or wouldn't have gotten if I had made a different decision.
Well, Mr. Patterson, how did your time here at GHS prepare you for an Ivy League school?
Yeah, you know, it goes back to that preparation and just being well-rounded. You know, at the Ivy League level, things are going 1,000 miles per hour. And to have the experience of coming to a place like Germantown where, you know, I had the benefit of being around a large class. I had the benefit of competing at a high level on the playing field, but also being competitive in the classroom as well, taking a series of AP classes. All of that together really prepared me. But I got to be honest, I don't think anything could have really prepared me for the awakening that I got when I set foot in Cambridge. I mean, it was a dramatic difference. And, you know, you rely a lot on your experiences in high school. You rely a lot on your upbringing. You rely a lot on your faith as well. But you make it through because of perseverance and also just the preparation that you had. And you just got to trust and believe in yourself.
You've received a lot of awards and recognition. Looking back, which ones stand out or mean the most to you?
Gosh, that's a tough one, because I never competed for the recognition. You know, I never went to class to get an accolade. You know, it was really all about preparing for life, right? And in particular on sports, it was about competing with my teammates. And so I think what stands out the most are winning titles and winning and being a part of the team. I don't know if it's necessarily an individual accolade, but it was those team accomplishments, right? So winning the region, being the first class to bring my coach at Harvard his first Ivy League title, right? Like those team accomplishments. Now, I will say, being the only player in Harvard history to run, catch, throw, and return a touchdown in a single season is something that I take great pride in because it's so unique and no one else has done that. But when I look back, it was really those team accomplishments and being able to say we did this together as winners.
Now, Mr. Patterson, tell us what you're up to now.
Yeah, so most recently I was at the Downtown Memphis Commission, leading the organization that was tasked with making downtown Memphis the place to live, work, play, and invest. And I'm now in transition. I'm evaluating moving into the private sector, but what's really weighing on me is the opportunity to get involved in a political environment as well. So I'm excited. I remain committed to do whatever I can to make Memphis and Shelby County the best place possible, not just for today, but for our future, right? I have a 4-year-old son, and I want Memphis and I want Shelby County to be a great place into the future. So that's really what I'm committed to doing.
What advice do you have for the football players who want to go on and play college football?
Yeah, we talked a lot about this before the game. To me, there are 3 or 4 things that stick out. Number one is have fun. You cannot, I think maybe Jay-Z said it right, pressure bust pipes. You got to just relax and have a good time, right? The second thing is you got to be prepared. You've got to know what the plan is. And the last one is have a plan. That is what I believe it took and takes to play at the next level and compete in life too. I mean, look, sports is a microcosm for life, and I'll firmly believe that football prepares you just as well as any other sport to be successful in life. So all of those things are about competing at the next level, but also being successful in life.
Mr. Patterson, thank you very much for giving us your time today and coming on the Red Devil Postgame. We would like to tell you that Germantown High School is very proud to have an alumni of your caliber. Thank you very much for giving us your time today.
Thanks. I appreciate it. It's always a joy to be back at your alma mater. And again, this is such a great honor. So thank you for having me.
Transitioning from high school football to college and college to professional football can be challenging. One person who is excelling is Mychal Rivera, the newest addition to the Jacksonville Jaguars and a former tight end for the Tennessee Vols. I recently had a chance to talk with the pro athlete in an exclusive interview. Check it out. Mychal, thank you so much for being on the show. I know being a pro athlete, you are very busy, so we really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me, man.
So you're in your 5th year in the NFL. You spent 4 seasons with the Oakland Raiders, and this past summer, you got traded to the Jacksonville Jaguars. How have you adjusted to your new football home and football schemes?
Well, I love the Jaguars, man. They're a great franchise, just like the Oakland Raiders. They have hardworking players. The coaches are really hardworking. Their offensive and defensive schemes are really professional, man. They come with a lot of different ways that they move the tight ends around, and that's why I really wanted to be with an organization like this. So I'm just extremely proud to be a part of it.
Playing in the NFL, you have highs and lows. What are some of the hardest lessons you have learned as an NFL player?
Man, some of the hardest lessons have to do with, the wins and losses, man. The reason we do this is to get these wins. And when you have a bad week to practice, it shows on the field, man. And the other team gets those victories, and those don't feel good. So just the preparation that it takes all week that you have to put in to in order to get these wins, man. It's you can't hide on Sundays, man.
So what are some of the unexpected and pleasant surprises you have had as a pro athlete?
Man, just the platform that we have. It's incredible, man, to be able to talk to people like you guys and just to give advice and to get advice, man. Just the platform that the NFL puts us on is incredible. And I'm just, like I said, man, I'm just so happy to be a part of the Jaguars and the NFL organization.
So you went through the commitment process when you signed with the Vols. What do the student athletes need to consider when going through a process such as that?
Yeah, man, they got to consider, their name is a student athlete, and student is the word that comes first. And you got to be focused in class. You got to be focused on all your education and all your studies, and you equally have to be focused on your athletics. It's not one over the other. So really, going to the University of Tennessee, it was more about me being a student and an athlete, instead of just an athlete, because that's who you are.
So what was your scouting process like in high school?
Yeah, scouting process was, it was fun. A lot of official visits where you got to go visit the school and, talk to the teachers as well as the coaches. It's a good experience, but you really have to understand this is somewhere I'm going to be living for the next 4 to 5 years. And you have to really take that into account. And once you make your decision, you go with it, you go full force, and hopefully win the national championship.
Well, can you share with me and our viewers about what it takes to manage your studies while playing college football?
Yeah, that goes into what I was saying. It's just an equal time. You stay after practice 15, 20 minutes, getting those catches in, getting those throws in as a quarterback. Man, just after class, go up to the teacher, take another 15 or 20 minutes and get the studies done. And if you do that, if you put in equally amount of work, you're going to be successful in both.
So what advice would you give the commits here at Germantown and around the world who dream of becoming a professional NFL player? Man,
it's possible. It's definitely possible because I know I did it myself. So, coming from where everybody comes from, everybody has an equal shot to make it. And, hard work and dedication, that'll get you there, man. It really will. And you got to just keep your eyes on the prize and stay focused throughout your career, through the highs and lows. Stay focused on being a student and an athlete, and everything will work out.
Okay, so explain to us a little bit about the difference between college football and professional.
Man, the speed. It's, college is fast. And, playing in the SEC, playing at the University of Tennessee, I got to play against Alabama and Georgia, and they were fast. But when you go to the NFL, man, it's 16 constant weeks, and that's not even counting the playoffs or the Super Bowl of just fast 100% football. So it's very fast, man.
Well, Mychal, recently scientists confirmed the first diagnosis of CTE in a living human.
Yeah.
It's been linked to head injuries in football. Is this a concern for you?
Man, it is. It's a serious issue, man. CTE is real. And it's something that I have to say myself and all my teammates think about, and we also talk about it. But, while you're playing the game, you have to trust in the protection that you have. You have to trust in the helmets and the gear and the rules for safety that are in place to help things like this. And then you have to be smart. If you feel an injury, you feel, a headache or something, you have to report those things because these people are here to help you.
How have the Jaguars addressed that issue?
Yeah, just the NFL league as a whole has addressed the issue. They've had concussion tents on the sideline now, and if they have spotters up in the stadium. So if they even think that you have a concussion, that they'll take you out of the game and ask you, a lot of questions to make sure your brain is functioning right.
Okay, hypothetical. Say a college football athlete has draft prospects. He's looking for representation. What advice would you offer him when it comes to choosing an agent?
Yeah, there's a lot of good agents out there, man, and that's a big part of becoming a professional athlete. Going from the college ranks, you now talk to these other professional people who are in that field. Creating an interview process. Most schools and universities have a process to where you can go up to your athletic director or your head coach, and they can process these people through them so that you can have formal meetings instead of other type of meetings. So just let those people come to you through the school and work with your school in order to contact these agents.
Any last words of advice to our viewers?
Man, like I said, thank you guys for having me. The Red Devils had a great season. I've been following them, and I'm excited for next season for everybody. And thank you guys for having me.
Thank you again for sharing your insight and giving us an inside look at what it takes to be an NFL player on and off the field. We wish you the best of luck with the rest of your season.
You got it. Thanks a lot, man.
GHS wasn't the only team with new coaching staff this year. The U of M hired NBA great and former Tiger Penny Hardaway to help them lead the team back to glory. Reporter Aaron Parker got to sit down with the Tigers' associate coach, Sam Mitchell, and freshman player Alex Lomax to get an inside look on what the Tigers had going on this year.
much for sitting down to talk to me today.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no problem.
So I'm going to start off with a question for both of you. Alex, this is your freshman year, and Coach Mychal, this is your first year coaching at the collegiate level. How are you both adapting to college life?
Youth first.
So far, it's been one of the greatest experiences that I've ever been through. And just coming to class every day, coming to practice, and just trying to figure it out and get used to it so I can know what I'll be doing in the next couple of years. But it's also been the greatest experience of my life, and I wouldn't give it up for anything in the world.
I've enjoyed it. It's different than the world I'm used to being in the NBA, where it was just about productivity, about winning, not necessarily about relationships. You had them, but everybody understood it was kind of quote-unquote superficial relationships, because you had those relationships with the idea of competing and winning a championship. College is a little different. You know, obviously you want to win, you want to compete for championships, but it's also the development of these young men. So it's kind of a twofold thing, and I enjoy it because you do have lasting bonding relationships, because I think back to this day, I'm still close with my college coach.
Coach Mychal, you mentioned the NBA, and you have quite the impressive NBA record. You played for the Timberwolves and the Pacers, and you coached the Toronto Raptors. You were even the NBA Coach of the Year. So what about Memphis and the University of Memphis drew you here?
Well, I've always wanted to coach in college. My college coach has been telling me for the past 20 years that I should transition over and coach into college, but never really had the opportunity. And once Coach Hardaway was named head coach at Memphis, he and I knew each other from playing against each other in the NBA and seeing each other in social settings, and we had a chance to speak, and he got a chance to realize that I wanted to coach in college, and he needed a coach, and so it just kind of something that kind of worked for both of us, and I enjoy each and every moment.
Alex, before you became a Memphis Tiger, you had signed a letter of intent to attend Wichita State University. So what changed your mind and made you decide to play in Memphis?
Once Coach Penny Hardaway got the job here at Memphis, I started to reevaluate everything within where I want to see myself in the future, because I've been coached by him since I was in the 6th grade, and I knew that since he came to Memphis, that could be the best thing for me, not just for now, but also for the future. So just coming here, being comfortable, already knowing his play style or coaching style, that I'll be here and can do whatever it takes to win and fit in with the rest of the team.
So you mentioned your relationship with Coach Hardaway. You've played for him all throughout high school and middle school. So now that you're in college, is your relationship different at all?
Oh, the relationship is not different at all. It's actually stronger now. We don't see each other as much off the court as in going places, but on the court we're together every day with practice, and we communicate most times. Off the court, the bond is stronger than ever, and it's just keep progressing every day.
Coach Mychal, how has it been for you working with Penny Hardaway and the other assistant coaches here at U of M?
It's been great. I mean, at the end of the day, it's basketball and it's coaches. So there's a certain way that you go throughout your day and you interact with each other. And those things don't change. And for me, it's learning about college basketball, the tendencies, how the game is played, the different rules, and things that you can and can't do, the players. But the thing I do like about college basketball is that you actually get a chance to coach a lot more than you do in the NBA. You coach in the NBA, but you have to manage egos and manage people. College, it's the same thing, but the coaching, the X's and O's, moving players around, different defenses, different offenses. So those things matter. And coaching actually matters in college. You can actually win some games. You may not be the most talented team, but if you can get your team on the same page and playing together, pulling in the same direction, you can actually win games.
So as a coach, could you just tell me what type of opportunities could the University of Memphis offer to potential players?
Well, first of all, it's a great university academically. And then when you look at the basketball history, just being in this rotunda right here, and you look at some of the coaches and some of the players that are up here on these walls, Memphis has a strong tradition in winning basketball on the collegiate level. And then when you look at this city, I've never been in a city that loves college basketball, especially when you have a competing NBA team and you both play in the same building. And so when I look at the city of Memphis, there are strong ties to this university, probably stronger than that of the Grizzlies. So it's been a unique experience. It's something that I look forward to on game days, especially home games, because the fans are so passionate about Memphis basketball.
Alex, what are you majoring in here at U of M?
I haven't officially chosen my major yet, but most likely I'm gonna go the business route because after basketball, I would like to have my own business and just do something productive with my life.
So is it difficult, especially during basketball season, for you to balance and manage your academics and basketball at the same time?
In all honesty, it's not difficult for me personally at all because I put my academics first. I make sure I get all my work done every day, go to study hall early, stay longer some days, and make sure I finish my work first. And then I come in the gym and just be ready for practice and try my best to get better.
I have another question for both of you. So in this age of social media, it's easier than ever for Tigers fans to instantly post about what they think about a game. How do you both handle the pressure of the public eye? Coach Mychal, we can start with.
Well, being my age, I don't really worry about social media because we had an old saying in the NBA, if you start listening to the crowd, soon you're going to be up there in the crowd with them because you're going to lose your job. So you have to stick to your guns and do what you think is right and follow your instincts.
Alex, what about you? How do you handle the pressure of the public eye?
Earlier on in the season or just early on period, I used to always just go on social media and just see what people would say. I got that from like my older teammates, just as a bad habit that I picked up. But in all honesty, I don't think that's a good thing to do, to go searching for your name and seeing what people are saying. And you really shouldn't care about the opinion of others. You should care about the opinions that the people that you're close with and the ones that matter. But just going and looking at that and just looking for a negative or doing things like that, it'll eat you up on the inside. And as of now, I don't even be on social media as much looking for things like that or just period.
Thank you both so much for sitting down to speak with me today. I've learned so much about U of M basketball, and I'm sure our viewers have too.
Thank you. You're welcome.
No problem.
Welcome back to Red Devil Postgame. Memphis 901 FC is the newest minor league team on the block. They kicked off their inaugural season this past spring with much excitement and fanfare. GHS-TV reporter Madison Riggs met up with the team's head coach Tim Mulqueen to talk about Memphis's love of soccer.
Coach Mulqueen, thank you for sitting down with us.
It's my pleasure. I'm excited to have you all here, and it's great to have you, and it's a wonderful experience for me.
We are so excited to have 901 FC in Memphis. How or why was the team chosen to host a team in Memphis?
Well, it's a long process. So the ownership, Peter Frun, Craig Unger, and Tim Howard of international soccer fame, pitched the idea to the city. And then when they got the approval for the city, they went to the United Soccer League, which is the USL, put together a bid package showing the economic impact of what the team could bring, season tickets, the type of team that we would have. After they got done doing all that, they were awarded the franchise last year to start play in 2019, and we've been excited about it ever since.
And a chance here for Memphis, and it's in! And Memphis 901 FC take the lead here in Talent Energy in the 58th minute.
Why was it important to bring this level of soccer to Memphis?
Memphis is a really hidden soccer gem. There's so many people who are passionate about the game here. So to have a professional team that is really the second level of in the soccer pyramid in U.S. soccer, to have that kind of quality and that kind of professional player here in the city says a lot for what people think of Memphis and how the fans are educated. And to bring something to Memphis, we want to make sure that it's first class. Because that's what the people deserve, that's what the city deserves. So to have the opportunity to bring a championship level team into Memphis was really the aim and the goal. And we feel like we've accomplished that part of it. And we have some outstanding players, and it was important to make sure that we have a team too that represents the philosophy of the city, that hardworking, honest, good people.
Coach Mulqueen, to say soccer is popular is an understatement. How has the more recent popularity in the U.S. brought more attention to 901 FC?
I think it's done a tremendous job of bringing attention to our team here, Memphis 901. There's more kids playing. I mean, soccer's on TV all the time, so you can watch it. So there's this renewed interest and enthusiasm in the sport. It's a sport where you don't have to be 7 foot to play, and you don't have to be 280 pounds to play. It's for us normal people, so it has an appeal that way. So yeah, the games on TV, the amount of kids playing, the amount of parents now who have played the game at some sort in their lifetime has all pushed this move forward. And we've seen the results here at Memphis with the outstanding support we get from the fans.
Foot race. What a move by able to keep it in play. Najem crossing, and it's in.
Do you think this has brought more people out to see a game?
Oh, 100%. Everywhere our players go and where I've been, people, thank us, one, for having a team, and they're excited about the game they experience. They come out, and, in soccer it's different. The fans are an important part of the game. They can interact, they light flares, they sing, they chant. So they're an integral part of the game. So yeah, it's absolutely brought people to the stadium, and I think parents now have had a positive experience themselves in the game, want to bring their kids and expose them to that experience as well.
Let's talk about the players now. What is the tryout process?
So what we did was we had an open tryout for players here in the area or around the country who wanted to come and show us their abilities to see if they were up for professional soccer. So that was very well received. We had several people, a couple hundred people come out locally. Then we had an invite-only trial where we took some of the college players, collegiate players from the area and around the country and brought them in. And then, we acquired players from other professional teams that, were looking to either come to Memphis or were out of a contract. So it was a very long process, a very thorough process. I think for us it was important that we had good character in the team because we wanted to represent the city well. We want our players to be in the community, getting out to universities, getting out to schools and churches, and being part of the fabric of Memphis. So that was also part of our selection process, making sure we had those kind of players. I am proud to say that Jim Barkey, one of our goalkeepers, came all the way through the tryout process and was signed to a contract. So we were delighted that that actually shows that it can happen. But it was a very extensive process, and we're really proud of the guys we selected.
Coach Mulqueen, thank you again for sitting down with me. Enjoy the rest of your season.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the last show of the season. We had so much fun doing this show, especially with having an all-girl crew for the first time. I'm Rena Katko.
I'm Michaela Smith.
And I'm Erin Parker. We hope to see you next season. Go Red Devils!